how do we change the behavior? You know, because suspension and throwing them out is not the answer.
Well, that is the question that Superintendent Jesus Jara is posing to teachers, principals, and really the entire community. He says that issues of disproportionate discipline may be a key factor in an achievement gap among minority groups in the district.
13 Action News reporter Bryan Callahan dives deeper into this issue and how police and local leaders are trying to correct the trend.
In putting this issue in perspective, the superintendent has been highlighting these numbers. African-American students make up 13% of the district's population, but they account for 40% of the suspensions and expulsions, and he says something needs to be done.
If you put them on the streets, they're going to be in the street. They're not going to be, responsible citizens for us.
That's why Superintendent Jesus Jara is challenging district leaders to find a way to keep kids in school by taking a hard look at the scales of justice. Assistant Superintendent Tammy Malich is the person tasked with that effort.
Really focusing on the behavior more than the person who committed the behavior.
While the superintendent uses the stats surrounding the African-American achievement and discipline gap, Malich says the issue is about consistency.
We all agree needs to be handled at a lower level. We handle it that way regardless of what the student looks like, what gender the student is. Really, it's based on the behavior.
That's where programs like My Brother's Keeper and the Harbor come in, offering schools, police, and parents a place to turn with at-risk students to determine why they're acting out.
Really, it's about making sure that we have systems in place that support all youth, with the understanding that our minority youth aren't doing well.
My Brother's Keeper was originally launched in 2014 as part of President Barack Obama's initiative to help improve the lives of young men of color, and has continued past the president's time in office.
We were seeing them have some of the lowest graduation rates. We saw that they were overrepresented in the juvenile justice system.
One of the keys to the Harbor and My Brother's Keeper is the mentorship aspect, offering positive role models for the kids.
I'm a product of mentoring. I'm a product of progressive law enforcement at that time. So I think, this is me repaying that officer or those officers that helped me as a youngster.
Ken Young sits on the board of My Brother's Keeper and is also a CCSD police captain. He knows how important advice from a community leader can be.
I'm really excited right now with the new push from the superintendent that he wants to see 1,000 mentors by the year 2024. That's going to be a huge impact on the community.
When it comes to results, the numbers tell a pretty convincing story.
We have served over 6,000 children in the Harbor in the past 2 years that it's been open, and only 400 have escalated into the juvenile detention center.
Bryan Callahan, 13 Action News, raising the bar.